Hello, this is Ricardo and I'm playing Elite Dangerous. So I'm in my cutter and I'm in the Wu Guinag system, and I'll put that in the description. Now around this system there are a few other landable planets. In system there's this Coriolis space station, which is Zegile Dock. I'm heading over here to pick up some Imperial rank missions. Okay, so I've been stuck at Duke for quite some time, but I'm particularly interested in the planetary scan missions, which I have found that you can stack. Because there's only a few systems and a few landable planets in the area, and because it's a civil war, you are able to get the same planetary scan missions for the same planet and then fulfill your requirement by going to the station where you got it from. So what I'm saying is, we're at Zegile Dock, we've picked up some planetary scan missions, we can rock over to a particular planet in the HIP 10716 system, about 11.87 light years away. You'll see it when you're in system. You go down, you scan one base, and you fulfill all those mission requirements for planetary scan missions. Then it's a case of just going back to the one of 3 or 4 stations that you go to. Even stations in the HIP 10716 system will ask you to scan the installations on this planet. So in addition to this, you can also get data delivery missions that also builds rank and gives you a bit of money, and there's some commodity delivery missions as well. So I think it's quite a lucrative area. Plus, if you're into combat, there are some quite good combat scenarios to get into as well, and there has been an Imperial capital ship in one of the high conflict zones. So here I am now, I'm on approach, and this is in the HIP 10716 system. Now, for those of you who've done these missions before, as you approach, the scanner, as you're scanning the surface, will bounce around a bit and get you to adjust your course. But there's just this one outpost, we rock in there, we land, everything's fine, you get into your scarab, and you go out, scan the data point, back to the ship, back to the station, and Bob's a good one. So here we go. So we're landing, and I'm in my Python at the moment, the Badger's Respite. And I'm starting to get the hang as well of the camera, the new camera as well. It's took a little bit of getting used to. So we're going to deploy our scarab now. And it's probably a good idea. There's nothing guarding this base other than turrets on this occasion. There have been some occasions where there's been up to 3 ships flying around, and you've got to be quite cunning to get in there. So far I haven't seen anything, and here we are in our scarab, and we're making a right pig's ear of driving. So we're on our way over to the base. Once in the base, there's the data point. You can see there's turrets around and there's skimmers. So you scan that with your data point scanner. There you are, done. Turrets are starting to open up, so it's probably worthwhile getting out of there pretty quick, like what I'm doing. Yes, we're getting right out of there. And getting on back to the ship. Once in the ship, we're going to head on back to the particular station that's closest, and there are a few outposts. So when you come to this area, because there's a main Coriolis docking port, you haven't got to fly there in a ship that can just land on a platform or an outpost. You can ship it in by using the ship transfer solution. But, you know, it does help to have one of these ships nearby so you can mitigate the amount of money it costs to ship it. So as you see, I've scanned the data point, and looking through my communications log, there's been quite a few updates. So we're going to go to the Van Royen outpost, Van Royen Vision. We're going to rock in there. We're going to land. And once landed, we're going to get into the mission system and see what we've accumulated from that one planetary scan job. So as I mentioned, you do have to travel to some of the other stations as well, so it's not as lucrative an exploit or as easy as an exploit it has been in certain areas. But you can see there's 3 planetary scan jobs for that system straight away that we've accumulated in one hit. And as you build your rank as well, you get more lucrative missions. I've had missions of 1.5, 1.9 million, and you know, I'm sure it's going to get, you know, better than that. And also you can stock up on additional missions as you go and visit the other stations to drop off that planetary scan data. So personally, I think this is quite a good way of doing things and a good little system to start earning that Imperial rank. If you haven't got a cutter, you can get up there pretty quick. I mean, I got to 65% of prints pretty quickly from Duke after doing some of these missions. I'm not sure if it classes as an exploit, as what we've seen in Robigo Mines and in Quints and all the other exploits that have been out there. But I think it's a more interesting way of doing things, as opposed to, like, say, some of the passenger missions in Quints. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. So don't forget, there's a few stations to go and visit. Look for those planetary scan missions. They take you to Planet C in the HIP 10716 system. Scan the data point, hightail it out of there, don't get shot, get in your ship, get back to the stations, do the rounds, deliver the data and the planetary scan missions. That'll get you a good bit of scratch and build those credits up as well. And I don't think this game is actually all about credits, you know, it is about the rating and about getting those bigger ships. And if you've got those bigger ships, then you want to get to King in the Imperial ranking as quickly as you can. You don't know what Frontier have got planned for us in future iterations of this game. So, I've been Ricardo, this has been Elite Dangerous and an Imperial grind in the Wu Guinag system. Thanks for watching and look out for more videos in the series.